it is what it is with that. I think Auburn, what they've done is buy in, buy in, buy in, and now they have a little bit of confidence. They believe what the coach has been selling them, what Harson's been selling them. Some of the guys that's been there a while is like, hey, this coach, we do need to get going. One thing I would be apprehensive to going into Penn State is they have faced zero adversity so far, and that could be a problem going in. And every team has that early on. Only a few teams that played bigger games early on has faced adversity. This Auburn team hasn't faced it this season. You hope they don't revert back to their old ways. You hope Bo Nix don't fall into the old habits of Bo Nix. And I think talent-wise, they can hang with Penn State and even beat Penn State. Penn State hasn't been, a dominant team. Yes, they're a top 10 team. Yes, they're a 7-point favorite over Auburn. However, the win over Ball State, the win over Wisconsin is not the world beaters. They haven't been out there dominating their opponent. They haven't, and that gives Auburn, the more they play like that, the more Auburn's going to have a chance. Because the longer you let Auburn hang around, the better their chances, especially on the road. So if Penn State can't knock them out early, and if you're Auburn, you got to just withstand the early shots, withstand the crowd noise early, and just don't fall behind. Don't fall too far behind, because this offense does have explosiveness, and it does have Tank Bigsby. It has one of the best running backs in the country. You got to use that. How Bo Nix, he needs this for a big road win. That's something he's been looking for. And Demetrius Robertson, they really had some good chemistry going yesterday. That's going to be a big deal. I think he's going to need D-Rob in order to win this game. The defense has looked good. I mean, you got to look 10 points given up all season. Regardless, it is Akron and Alabama State, but they're doing what they should be doing. Think back to a few years ago with Auburn, going to overtime with Jacksonville State, struggling with some of these teams. And, that lets you know if you're Auburn, you're doing what you're supposed to do with these teams. I said a few weeks ago, these first 4 games, having 4 non-conference games, you come out of here 3-1, they got a shot to come out of here, say you beat Penn State, you could be 4-0 going into 8 straight conference games. And, yes, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough stretch when you have 8 straight conference games, especially when you're in the SEC West, where you look like, the bottom team, Mississippi State, beating up on North Carolina State, 2-0. They seem to be rolling. Is that going to be your bottom team in the West? I mean, LSU, is that your bottom team? And they're probably I don't know. I don't know who the weakest team in the West is, but it's head and shoulders better than what's going on in the East. And if you're Auburn, you got to, put your foot down. You got, your 8 straight games started with LSU and Georgia. Yeah, it's not easing into SEC schedule. You got a road trip to Baton Rouge, and you get Georgia coming in, and Georgia does look like